The smell of smoke and damp clothes never left their one-room house. Even on the day their father's chest stopped rising, the sisters had to step over buckets catching the rain that leaked from the roof. Their mother cried quietly, but there was no money for medicine or even a proper funeral. Mari, the oldest, was only 12 then. Lila was 10, Anna, the youngest, was 7. Childhood ended the moment their father died. Their mother worked as a cleaner in the town. She left before sunrise and came home after dark. Her hands were always red from scrubbing and her back bent lower each year. By the time Anna turned 10, their mother's body gave up. The sisters sat by her bed as she took her last breath. That night, Mari said, "We can only depend on each other now." Life became a chain of endless jobs. Mari worked in a cafe, washing greasy plates until her fingers were raw. Lila carried bricks at a building site, her small body shaking under the weight. Anna picked through bins for bottles and scraps to sell. They earned just enough for rent and dry bread. At night, they lay side by side on one mattress, listening to the sound of their empty stomachs. There were days when Mari thought about giving up, but then she would look at her sisters' faces in the dim light and remind herself, "If I stop, we all fall." One rainy afternoon when Anna was 17, she came home with a crumpled flyer she had found on the street. It read, "Free training for care assistants. Apply now." At first they laughed. None of them had finished school. None of them believed such chances were for people like them. But Mari said firmly, "We'll try." They borrowed one pen, shared a notebook, and studied by the light of a flickering bulb. They practiced how to write their names, how to read forms, how to answer questions. They failed their first tests, but they did not quit. Slowly, they improved. Step by step, door by door, they began to walk into a new life. Mari got the first job helping elderly people at a care home. She came home one night with her first payslip and cried as she showed it to her sisters. Lila followed, finding work as a teaching assistant at a primary school. She loved helping children who struggled because she knew how it felt to be left behind. Anna, the youngest, discovered a talent for cooking. She took evening classes and began working in a school kitchen. Children lined up for her meals, and for the first time, she felt proud of something she could do with her hands. Years later, the three sisters stood together outside the small house they had grown up in. The roof no longer leaked. They had saved enough to fix it. Inside, the smell of smoke and damp had finally gone. They were not rich, but they could pay rent, buy food, and even put a little money aside each month. Most importantly, they had peace. Mari looked at her sisters and said, "We made it. Not because the world helped us, but because we never let go of each other." And in that moment, the sisters knew. The poverty that had stolen their parents would not steal their future. They had broken the chain together.